Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that's as fascinating as it is terrifying. Humanity has always chased innovation, always building, always inventing, always pushing the limits of what's possible. But what happens when those inventions cross the line? When a brilliant idea becomes a ticking time bomb, the thin line between genius and madness. Humanity has always walked a razor's edge between progress and destruction. From the moment we learned to spark fire, invention has been our greatest gift and our greatest curse. Fire warmed our homes, cooked our food, and lit the dark. But it also burned villages to the ground, destroyed harvests, and fueled wars. That duality, creation and destruction, runs through the entire history of technology. Every era has had its breakthroughs, moments when the world leaped forward. But hidden in those leaps are dark stories, tales of inventions so dangerous that governments had to ban them, bury them, or keep them secret. Sometimes, the danger was obvious from the start. Other times, it was discovered only after tragedy struck. What's even more chilling is that the cycle hasn't stopped. Today, even as we marvel at artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, and space technology, experts warn that some of our most celebrated innovations might one day be our undoing. The tools we trust to save us may be the very ones that push humanity to the edge of extinction. In this video, we're going to explore both sides of this story. First, the banned inventions, creations so reckless, so hazardous, or so uncontrollable that they were forced out of existence. Then, we'll dive into the world's most dangerous technologies still with us today, the systems and tools we rely on, even though they have the potential to wipe out millions, destabilize governments, or unravel the very fabric of human society. This isn't just history, and it isn't just science fiction. It's a warning, a reminder that human genius can either save us or doom us. 1. The Ford Nucleon, 1958, USA. In the 1950s, nuclear energy was seen as the fuel of the future. The Ford Motor Company unveiled the Ford Nucleon, a concept car designed to run on a miniature nuclear reactor. Imagine that, a car with a tiny atomic bomb under the hood. The design was breathtaking, sleek, futuristic, with the promise of never needing gas again. But the dangers were obvious. A crash wouldn't just dent the car. It could unleash radioactive disaster in the middle of a highway. The health risks of even small leaks were catastrophic. By the early 1960s, the Nucleon was shelved permanently. Nuclear cars were deemed too hazardous to ever roam the streets. 2. Radium-infused products, early 1900s, USA/Europe. In the early 20th century, radium was considered a miracle substance. Companies sold radium-infused water, toothpaste, cosmetics, even candy. It glowed in the dark and was marketed as healthy and energizing. But beneath the glow was death. The infamous radium girls, factory workers painting watch dials with radium paint, suffered horrific radiation poisoning. Their jaws literally crumbled, bones decayed, and cancer spread. It became one of the darkest scandals of the industrial age. By the 1930s, radium products were banned, but not before thousands had suffered irreversible damage. 3. Aqua Dots Toy, 2007, China/USA. This children's toy looked harmless. Colorful beads that stuck together when sprayed with water. But the beads were coated with a chemical that, when ingested, metabolized into gamma-hydroxybutyrate, better known as the date rape drug. Dozens of children who swallowed the beads ended up hospitalized with seizures and comas. The toy was banned worldwide, proving that even modern inventions slip through the cracks until tragedy strikes. 4. Agent Orange, 1960s, USA/Vietnam. During the Vietnam War, the U.S. military developed Agent Orange, a powerful herbicide used to destroy crops and forests. It seemed like a tactical advantage, but hidden in its formula was dioxin, one of the most toxic chemicals known. Agent Orange poisoned soil, water, and millions of people. Soldiers and civilians alike suffered cancers, birth defects, and lifelong illnesses. The chemical was eventually banned, but its devastating legacy still haunts Vietnam today. 5. Lethal cosmetics, 19th to 20th century, Europe. Throughout history, beauty has come at a deadly price. In the 1800s, European women used face powders made of lead and arsenic. These products gave a pale, flawless look, but also caused organ failure, brain damage, and death. Even into the 20th century, cosmetics were made with mercury, radium, and other toxins before regulations finally banned them. Behind the glamour was a silent killer. 6. Napalm, 1940s, USA. Napalm was one of the most feared weapons of World War II and the Vietnam War. This sticky, burning gel clung to skin, turning entire villages into firestorms. The sheer horror of its effects sparked global outrage. By the late 20th century, treaties and international laws banned the use of napalm in warfare, recognizing it as a weapon too brutal to justify. 7. Exploding cigars and poison gadgets. Cold War, CIA/KGB. During the Cold War, espionage agencies like the CIA and KGB produced bizarre, dangerous gadgets, exploding cigars, poison pens, umbrellas with hidden toxins. Many were banned or quietly scrapped because of the risks they posed, even to the agents using them. They reveal the frightening lengths humans go in the pursuit of power. 8. Radioactive consumer gadgets, 1950s, USA/Europe. In the atomic age, everything nuclear was fashionable. Companies sold uranium glassware, radioactive alarm clocks, even radium-based health drinks. It wasn't until cancer cases rose alarmingly that governments stepped in to ban radioactive consumer goods. What was once marketed as cutting-edge health was revealed as a ticking time bomb. 9. The death ray, 1930s, multiple countries. Inventors from Nikola Tesla to Soviet engineers dreamed of death rays, weapons that could shoot down planes with beams of energy. While none became practical, governments feared the idea so much that many prototypes were banned or hidden away. These early energy weapons laid the groundwork for modern directed energy research, though the sci-fi versions were scrapped as too dangerous. 10. DDT, dichlorodiphenyltrichloroethane, 1940s, Switzerland/USA. DDT was once hailed as a miracle pesticide. It wiped out mosquitoes carrying malaria and lice carrying typhus. But its long-term effects on the environment and human health were catastrophic. It caused cancer, reproductive harm, and devastated ecosystems. By the 1970s, many countries banned DDT, marking one of the earliest global environmental protection battles. 11. The trephine drill, ancient, 19th century, global. For centuries, doctors practiced trepanation, drilling holes into skulls to release evil spirits or treat headaches. Without anesthesia or sterilization, it was one of the deadliest medical practices in history. By the modern era, it was banned, replaced by safer neurosurgical techniques. But it shows how misguided inventions, once normalized, can later be seen as barbaric. 12. MKUltra devices, 1950s, 70s, USA. The CIA's secret MKUltra program tested mind control techniques using drugs and devices on unwilling subjects. These included electroshock devices, sensory deprivation chambers, and hallucinogens. Once exposed, the program was banned, but its shadow still lingers in conspiracy theories about government control. From the past to the present, it's tempting to believe that banning these inventions made the world safer. But banning something doesn't erase the knowledge of how it works. And for every invention we've outlawed, there are modern technologies we've kept, despite their catastrophic risks. Which raises a chilling question. If these dangerous inventions of the past were banned, why are today's dangerous technologies not only legal, but actively shaping the future? Section 2. The world's most dangerous technologies today. 1. Nuclear weapons. Nothing symbolizes dangerous technology more than nuclear weapons. Since Hiroshima and Nagasaki, humanity has lived under the shadow of nuclear annihilation. One mistake, one miscalculation, and entire cities, or even nations, could vanish in minutes. Despite treaties and arms control, over 12,000 nuclear warheads still exist. Some experts warn that the risk of nuclear war is higher today than during the Cold War. 2. Artificial intelligence and killer robots. AI promises to transform medicine, transportation, and science. But in the wrong hands, it becomes a weapon. Autonomous killer drones already exist. Imagine machines programmed to identify and eliminate targets without human oversight. Experts like Elon Musk and Stephen Hawking warned that uncontrolled AI could become humanity's last invention. Yet development races forward. 3. Bioweapons and genetic engineering. CRISPR gene editing technology has opened doors to curing genetic diseases, but it also allows the creation of designer viruses or bioweapons capable of wiping out populations. The COVID-19 pandemic revealed how vulnerable the world is to fast-spreading diseases. What happens if a virus is engineered deliberately? That's the nightmare bioweapons experts warn about. 4. Cyber warfare. Our world runs on the internet. Power grids, hospitals, airports, financial systems. Hackers have already proven they can shut down pipelines, steal government secrets, and cripple infrastructure. A full-scale cyber war could paralyze nations without a single bullet being fired. 5. Nanotechnology. Nanotech holds incredible promise, from medical breakthroughs to material science. But some scientists warn of the gray goo scenario, self-replicating nanobots consuming everything on Earth. While theoretical, it highlights the risks of technology beyond our control. 6. Mass surveillance. Governments and corporations now track movements, conversations, and even emotions through AI-powered surveillance. While framed as security, mass surveillance threatens freedom and democracy. The danger isn't just spying. It's the ability to control populations through fear and manipulation. 7. Geoengineering. With climate change accelerating, scientists propose geoengineering, altering the Earth's systems to cool the planet. Ideas include spraying particles into the atmosphere to block sunlight. But what if it backfires? Changing weather patterns could trigger droughts, famines, or geopolitical wars over climate manipulation. 8. Space militarization. Space was once considered humanity's frontier of peace. Now, nations are testing anti-satellite weapons, space-based lasers, and orbital strike systems. A war in space wouldn't just be above us. It would cripple the satellites we depend on for communication, GPS, and defense. The question we must ask: from nuclear cars to AI weapons, from poison toys to bioweapons, the story is the same. Humans invent first and worry later. Our ambition outpaces our wisdom. The most dangerous inventions of the past were banned only after disaster struck. The most dangerous technologies of today remain in use because they're profitable, powerful, or too deeply woven into society. But what happens when the next disaster isn't local, but global? When the next banned invention is one we can't take back? Perhaps the greatest invention we still need isn't another gadget, weapon, or machine. It's restraint. The ability to stop ourselves from creating what we cannot control. So I'll leave you with a question. Do you think humanity will learn to master its inventions before its inventions master us? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the untold stories of science and technology.